Nikki Haley has received endorsements so far from about 8 current and former U.S. representatives, along with 6 current and former governors. One of those endorsements came from former Arkansas governor and Republican presidential candidate Asa Hutchinson, who is joining me now. Governor, good morning. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Good morning, and it's good to be with you today.
Haley's currently trailing Trump by more than 30 points in South Carolina, her home state. Why do you think her messaging isn't resonating in the state where she served as governor for almost 2 terms?
Well, I think it is resonating nationally, particularly. Folks thought that she would fold her tent and go home after Trump won in Iowa and New Hampshire, but instead she doubled down, she showed her toughness, and people respond to that. Whenever they see her willing to fight back and not be bullied and say, we're going to continue this fight, that resonates. And so I see her strength building. I went to college in South Carolina, so I know that state. It is going to be a challenge for her. But as long as she stays in this, she's got an opportunity down the road to change the dynamics of this race. A very unpredictable political year. My advice to Nikki Haley is stay in there, keep fighting the battle, and your support's going to grow.
You mentioned former President Donald Trump. Let's go back to him. Do you think Friday's E. Jean Carroll verdict will change his popularity moving forward?
Well, I mean, first of all, people, question that because it's so old. But the fact is, it illustrates that he brings on problems on himself. And I have tried cases in front of scores of juries, and you don't aggravate the jury. And he thumbed his nose at that jury, walked out of the courtroom, and they hammered him. And it showed a disrespect for our system of justice. It showed a disrespect for the jurors and the court, and you pay a price for that. And so he brought this on himself. He acts like a petulant child whenever he's in the courtroom. And it's not the demeanor that we want as President of the United States. I don't know that it has a large impact other than simply illustrating that where Donald Trump goes, chaos goes, and it's not the distractions we need for the leader of the free world. So I do think it hurts him as an accumulating factor over the course of time, along with the other cases that are still pending against him. I think it is a very real factor, the mounting legal challenges that he has.
Let's talk about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., of course, considered the third-party candidate. Are you worried he's going to steal some of those Haley supporters, Governor?
No, I think there's probably a greater worry that he's going to take away the support from Donald Trump. I think he is appealing to some way across the aisle to those that are anti-vaccine, that those are, conspiracy theorists. He has brought on part of that audience, and I think it takes away from Donald Trump more than Nikki Haley. I think it's really interesting that obviously he's showing strength as a potential third party or independent candidate, but this could be a year that you actually have 2 different third party run in the election. So you could have a no labels candidate. You could have Robert Kennedy Jr. Also running, as well as the 2 major political parties. I think this is a test of the strength of the major political parties whenever they're not giving America what they want. It appears that they're going to be giving them Trump and Biden. I hope that changes. I hope it's Nikki Haley. But if the major political parties continue down that path for a match that America does not want, then obviously that leaves a door open for independents or third-party candidates.
I want to switch gears here, Governor. 25 Republican governors, almost all Republican governors in the United States, came out in support of Texas Governor Greg Abbott's refusal to abide by a Supreme Court ruling about what the state can do, what they can't do when it comes to border security. I do want to know where you stand, sir.
Well, first of all, whenever a Supreme Court issues a ruling, it ought to be followed. And in this case, it doesn't tell the state of Texas what to do. It simply gives access to the Border Patrol. And so I think that Governor Abbott can operate without violating the United States Supreme Court order. He's trying to protect Texas from an invasion. And my advice would be primarily to President Biden, stop fighting the states. Stop fighting Texas whenever we have a joint mission of trying to secure the border and protect America.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.